Hello, my name is Abe. Welcome back to Dead Cells Return to Castlevania DLC Edition, normal mode today. I will attempt to defeat Dracula with a vampire killer if we find a vampire killer, but I'm not going to roll only vampire killer brutality equipment. I'm gonna roll whatever shows up, and I'm just gonna do this on 5 BC. And I'm just going to take a save slot before we fight Dracula and hope that we can just redo the fight to get the achievement, because we did fight Dracula with the vampire killer, we did win a run, but for some reason it didn't hold, because I'm assuming that vampire killer fired an arrow and the arrow killed the boss, so we didn't get credit for it. Or maybe I'm just doing it incorrectly. But if we get a run that allows us to do it, we'll do it, and if we don't, what we're gonna do is maybe try to get a shovel, go to the High King Castle, and then see if we can get the Shovel Knight secret if it is with the shovel item, like Smack in the Portrait. For now, we need to decide on a build, and I gotta be honest, even though I have been rolling a lot of brutality lately, I see throwing things and a balanced blade, and I'm immediately interested. I'm not particularly interested in the equipment that came along with this, but I do like the throwing things because they're just a good way of getting a good stun off. I'm looking at this balanced blade. Damage increases up to 90% when you strike repeatedly and inflicts critical hits after 10 successive hits. What is a successive hit? You know, how long of a gap do you need before it's no longer successive? I do not know the answer to that question. Throwable objects do pierce. I think we lost our successive hit bonus because I actually swapped scrolls. Or rather swapped amulets, which swapped my scroll count. But we'll learn, we'll figure it out. Maybe we'll keep using a brutality equipment. Maybe we'll swap into survival and then grab a survival weapon, and then we'll have throwing objects plus that. Although we won't get access to use the whip. So maybe I'll just roll brutality. That way if we get either the shovel or the whip, we can make a run work with those weapons. Ice grenade. I will take this over that. This over that. I wonder how the hitbox works with the arrows, says Connie, since the whip hits relatively farther away than a lot of other melee weapons. I think it's less about how the hitbox works and more of the timing for it. The arrows probably come out before the whip and at an upward angle, potentially, so the whip hits second. Or maybe the order of the hitboxes work, where the arrows apply their damage before something else. Really, interesting. Unusual. I don't quite understand how the arrows work as far as, you know, getting the kill on a fight like that, but we'll figure it out. The Dracula fight in particular, you know, with the vampire killer whip, that was a long fall, and I didn't get staggered at all, which was fantastic. So we've had a lot of serenade runs recently, it feels like, but you know, why would I not just grab a serenade when it's absolutely amazing? Also should be really using these throwing things a little bit more often. We'll swap out this. Throwing objects, by the way, good for, I saw the blue, like, thing on the ground indicating that there was a special thing there. I didn't even see the diamond. Throwing things. Does not matter if we actually roll survival. We can just have throwing things as a part of our run here and use it to stun enemies and then smack them in the face. Arcatraz, welcome. How's the sciencing going? All right, full disclosure. After the vampire killer failure on the last run, I did jump into 0 BC, thinking to myself, hey, I'm just gonna do a quick run to Dracula to try to kill him with the vampire killer, take a save state, and then do some practicing to figure out what actually causes the unlock for the achievement. And then I died to curse and then completely scrapped that idea. But I will still go try to get to Dracula to create a save state, copy the save file, and then if we don't get the achievement, we'll try to get it by, you know, repetition, basically. I'll fight him again and again until the vampire whip is the thing that gets the killing blow. Hold on, I have not done the portal, which is all the way down there. We'll do that first and then come back for the food. I'll even come back to recycle it even if we don't need it, because it's 600 gold, that's pretty good. Gord Power says, I need to unlock the Serenade at some point, but I hate the Fractured Shrines so much. Fractured Shrines is a very fun level, and I think if you hate it, you're missing out. Although I will admit, I do hate that Cursed Chest. Cursed Chest with required platforming is a little awkward. Burn, spread oil. This one reduces damage from projectiles, though. Neither amulet that we have gives us an extra jump, but we will just live with it. What? What? Wrong direction, apparently. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. There we go, easy. So we didn't actually take any damage. I said I was gonna go back for it, I am. And then we'll check out the shop. That was a weird way of saying that. We'll go check out the shop there. See if there's any items that we want. There was that shield that dropped. I mean, if it's gonna be a better shield than the one that we have, I think Greed Shield is Brutality, is it? Is it not? Maybe it's not. Maybe it was a legendary that dropped, I don't know. I did just run by it when I saw it was a shield. No, it's a normal shield. It's a higher level. It's not a knockback, but it doesn't matter. Random skills. I mean, I gotta say, I really like the skills that we have. Even a free Serenade is pretty decent. Actually, extremely good damage in the late game, and we can use it and then disable it for the Dracula fight if we want. I like it. I like what we got. I think... Zegas Jr., hello. I think... I kind of want to go up to the Arboretum. But I think the reason for that is because what I really want to do is go to the Fractured Shrines in order to pick up a legendary equipment. I've been having a lot of fun in the sewers lately, so this might be a little bit of, you know, repetitive sewer play. You know what? I think just saying the words repetitive sewer play made me think, you know what? Swap it out. Go to the Arboretum. If in doubt, swap it out. Connie says, I also unlocked the Slay the Spire card deck today. It feels way too involved for this game. I think that's kind of the point. On draw, on discard, the card has so many different aspects to it. The cat really just like wins over the pets, huh? I could have 2 pets, I suppose, instead of a cluster grenade, but cluster grenade is pretty good. The cat damage is, it seems to be pretty decent though. 601 DPS, that seems high. But you know what, let's go double pet. Meow. I mean, victims release a toxic cloud. We are going to be swapping this weapon out basically as soon as we can. It is not good enough. Level 4, don't want it. Void Kinesis, welcome. Can't watch now, will later. Have a good stream. Have a good VOD watch. And a good day. Milt Thompson, welcome as well. How you doing today? You were already. All right, you know what? Fine. I do really like being able to stun enemies with this, not the sword, but with the throwing object, stun enemies, and then just, you have plenty of time to start whacking at them. Yeah, you know what I said. And if you keep up a decent pace, you get to keep that that damage bonus going consistently and continuously. Seems like actually a very nice weapon. I would love to maybe get a higher quality version of this. I'm gonna be keeping my eye open. I'm also gonna be keeping my eye open for a vampire killer and a shovel. Basically, the first time we get either of those weapons, that's what we're gonna do on the run. If we manage to get a vampire killer, we're gonna fight Dracula. If we get a shovel, we're going to the castle. Although maybe I will actually do the Dracula thing first if we pick up a vampire killer, because I'm kind of like, I have a history with him right now. I'm like laser focused on it, killing him. I feel anyways. Like, oh, you're in trouble, Buster. Please. Dude, throwing objects. I don't know why I tried to open him. I hit the wrong key. Throwing objects are just so gosh darn lovely. Hopefully I'm not missing too much. I feel like I should definitely be trying to keep more of an eye open to find a extra bonus rooms. Maybe other people are keeping their eyes open for me. I have a bad tendency to not actually focus too much on the floor as I'm running around killing the enemies. But you know, if we miss one, that's just part of the game, isn't it? So let's see what we got. Oiled sword, hemorrhage, pyrotechnics. Oiled sword is good damage if enemies are on fire. Otherwise, it's not that much more damage than the balance blade that we have right now. And we're activating the crit on it pretty reliably. Let's reroll. Morningstar, you are possibly the worst weapon in the game that I've ever seen. No other weapon locks you in place. I know sometimes you can't dodge roll, but like this is taking it to a whole nother degree. Machete pistol, I hate. We're gonna reroll again. Giant killer is pretty decent. Blood sword, you know what would be really fun is if there was like a 1 in 100 chance or 1 in 1,000 chance of getting a mimic in a shop. I was just thinking about it, like what if he's a mimic? He's not a mimic. The blood sword damage is pretty okay, but you've gotta wait for the bleed damage. The bleed damage does increase the DPS by like another, I would wager like 400. So it's really like 1100 DPS all the time, but you gotta wait for it. Giant killer is pretty good and, you know, really good for the boss fights, but again, I'm just gonna keep re-rolling and looking. Twin daggers, more damage than the balanced blade by default, and a lot of damage on the crit. So twin daggers is probably what we're gonna go with for right now. Let's actually just re-roll and see what we get. Okay, nothing that we're interested in. I would maybe consider that glaive, but I like our throwing things right now, so let's not worry about that. Sorry, I just got a little bit of a panic. So there's less of a capability of going quickly just to hold our crit, but we also no longer have to go quickly. We can kind of slow it down in theory if we need to, or just goes so fast that we kill the enemies anyways. You know, if we're killing them in 2 hits, or 1 hit with this weapon, if we're activating the crit on the 3rd hit correctly. I do see that there's a yeeter over there. I got him. Just like keep attacking through the poison heals you instead of wounding you. Oh my god. Sewers, here we come. Just keep attacking and then eventually he'll go down. I don't actually think we can get to the sewers from here, unfortunately, but that would be kind of hilarious. Yeah, no, from the prison depths we can go to the ancient sewers. I mean, in theory, if we go down there, we do have the way of infinite healing. Connie says, and I thought poison immunity was OP. You do have, hey, you do have to love the damage that you get out of the twin daggers on the crit. Hey, knock it off. Magic missile, ice armor, no thank you. Morning Star is a boss melting weapon, says Celsa Louise, just need to tickle. I cannot see myself even using it as a cheese weapon. I just can't. It's too unusual and situational and requires too much standing still, unmoving, just wiggling a thing in front of you. I do that already in my day-to-day life. Is that a passageway? Word Pirate says, I'd rather kill bosses with my starting bow than with the Morning Star. I mean, that's kind of how I feel at the same time, yeah. It's not good enough. That's why the level layout looked a little bit strange there. Still have a few things to do. Malaise is under 1, which is just fantastic. Random weapons. Another giant killer. Plus 20% damage, crit damage up 20%. I mean, that's really good for the boss fights. It also says, I say that, but I'll never use the weapon. Trident. Spiteful Sword. Critical hit if you took damage less than 8 seconds ago, or if you're cursed. Oh, there's your curse. A giant killer does the same damage as a curse sword, huh? It's pretty good. And then, of course, we get the panchucks. But like, look at the panchuck damage versus the twin daggers. Even the crits are only barely better than the twin daggers. Now, of course, the panchucks are 2 weapons instead of 1, but I'm curious why weapons in the game don't have the same DPS. Like, why not? What would be wrong about buffing the panchucks to have 1399 damage and 2082 DPS on crits? Is it a balance thing, or is it just they forgot thing? I don't know. Well, nothing we're interested in, so we're gonna bail on that shop, unfortunately. All right, see you later. You know what? I don't know what's actually burning you to death, but I'll take it. Queen's Rapier. This is one of those weapons that the DPS lies to you because it's not actually 999 DPS. It's more than that because the Reality Strike does deal more damage, and I don't know why it's listed so terribly, but I like the twin daggers that we're rolling, so let's keep it. Yeah, if anything, like, what I would love, I don't know if this exists, I haven't looked it up, but I would love a mod for Dead Cells that is, hey, we've actually calculated the DPS and we've written it correctly in the game. Like, if that mod exists, Like, I would, you know, send them $5 so they can buy a coffee. That seems to be what people always ask for when they set up a donation link in their personal projects. I like that this guy is just face up against the wall like, I wish I could go get you, but unfortunately I can't teleport. I'm technically a ranged enemy. Dude, I have not used my pets. I'm not gonna say I completely forgot about him, but I mostly forgot about him, for sure, for sure. Meow. There's money over here. Oh. A lot of buttons to press now. RT to grab the cat, LT to grab the sword, and then you got a LT to get rid of the sword, and then you can attack. And if you don't do that, then you attack with the freaking sword. Yeah, the cat did just like completely myrtleize that guy though. Did we hit, we probably already hit Malaise cleared. It's 125 streak on the floor. We haven't been hit. That's pretty damn good. Gotta say, quite happy. If only this was the run in which we had to do all the bank nonsense, huh? We're still not done with the map though, so let's go finish that off, I guess. YellQ3 says Serenade is so cute. I mean, I like the cat too. What I wish about the cat is I wish that the cat could be thrown, and I don't mean like please drop. I don't mean like tossed at the enemies to do that triple hit. I mean like thrown down to a lower level, like a grenade. I think that would be very funny, because that's really what I want to do. I want to throw the cat at people. So we're gonna keep rolling that brutality. Connie says that there's something that benefits from more hits. I think the Panchucks hits faster. You know what? In my analysis, I didn't consider that, but you are absolutely correct. Things that give you more on hits, maybe that mutation that gives you bleed on multiple hits, which is a brutality mutation, maybe that would actually synergize quite well with the Panchucks, hit the enemy a whole bunch of times, apply a lot of DOT. Could be good. Old cat-filled crone Abe moment, tossing cats at people, absolutely. Sinew Slicer, Oil Grenade. I think we want to keep Serenade because it's a good weapon. Oh, you're right. Panchucks also have a grenade reflect on one of the hits. I wonder, how does Vampire-ism, does it have a cooldown for when you can recover HP, or is it per melee hit? Because if you have Panchucks, you would be recovering a lot of HP from it, right? In theory. Is this phaser? Double DPS is not listed for the cat. Interesting. No, it seems to have, I seem to have noticed that more recently, especially because it was brought to my attention. .25 on Vampirism heal. Thank you, Gourd Power. So Panchucks, I suppose they would still hit that 0.25 second per heal constantly, but you wouldn't be getting as much health back as maybe I thought you would get. Still though, 2%, so you would get 8% of your health back every second. Interesting. Interesting to think about anyway. Swift Sword, pretty okay. Active speed buff, you can get that from various sources. I think we're done with the floor. Now, I did not see a floor rune. I hope it didn't actually exist and I just passed it by, but I did not see one. But I do see an enemy. Let me just go kill this guy real quick and then we'll leave. There we go. Just wanted to be extra thorough here. And we're gonna go down to the prison depths, of course. This is not the corrupted prison, it's just prison depths, so I have to remember, these are gonna be invisible enemies, but in theory, we should be able to handle them pretty nicely with our throwing things. And no spikers, we can attack at will. Yun dun 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 dun. So if you could get 4 hits per second giving you the heal with Panchaku, you'd have to hit an enemy for 4 seconds. Like every hit out of 4 seconds has to hit the enemy before you actually start breaking even on vampirism. Doesn't seem that good though. It still doesn't seem that good. Okay, well, we're gonna go to a cursed floor and then, do we want to go fight? In the crypt? Because Serenade is pretty good at fighting in the crypt and we've got a cat too. I don't know, I feel like we could make it work. Actually, thinking about acceptance, but I don't want to get cursed when I eat food. I'm just gonna go no mercy. I'm not gonna go to the bank. I'm trying to think if there's any reason to go to the bank. It's like, no. It's such a long floor? It's a long floor that doesn't provide us any benefit and we still have to fight for a cursed chest, so nah, see you later, bank. There are opportunities to take the bank. I really like the bank on Replacement Caverns biome because, you know, if I'm going another path like to Dracula's Castle, I can't go to the bank. Sorry, I can't go to the caverns. This gives us the ability to go to the bank, still get level 12 equipment. And Whip Sword. Damage is really good, but I don't know how to use it. So, there will come a time when we will use Whip Sword, but the time is not now, I think. That cat is upside down. Do you see that? Do you see that cat? That cat's having some problems. What a wild kitty. Hope that cat's gonna be okay, everybody. All right, one more kill. I think that, yeah, that'll just do it. Enemies down here are a little tanky. I don't know if I parried you. I think I just got very lucky, basically. Just gotta slow, methodical. There you go. We're just gonna keep pushing forward. May have missed something, but I wanna clear the floor quickly before we actually trigger too much in the way of malaise, you know? Why not? Why not go fast? That was unintentional. Pick up the pace momentarily and just run through some enemies. Hey, come here. You know what? Thank you. My only problem with Serenade, and I bring this up all the time, but I wish it had a slightly better time with actually swapping off of your hands when you're like in the middle of a dodge roll or something. Like literally my only negative about the weapon. Interesting, you still fired bombs, even though I stunned you. Very interesting. The Black Hander says, I always hit up the bank personally. I'm gonna tell you the reason why I really don't want to go to the bank on this floor replacement. It's long. You know, the prison depths, the corrupted prison, they're very short floors. They're intended to be short floors because they just give you one scroll that you have to fight for. I really don't want to have to fight for like, you know, 10 minutes on a floor that could end up being very long and very difficult and have like 4 big gold gorgers. I'd rather just like get in, get out, and get on with my life. That's kind of the way I feel about it. So I really didn't want to go through the nonsense of the entirety of the bank. Though I do understand that there's a lot of value as well, because you get a lot of cash. No, 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 no. Well, I guess we're not gonna buy anything from this shop. I don't know what I'm looking for in the shops. Whenever I go to a shop, in a lot of situations, I'm like, can I just get what I have but better? I suppose that's probably one of the reasons why there are so many different types of equipment in Dead Cells at this point. Not only is it so that they can say, they being the developers, say that, hey, we've added new stuff for our update or DLC or whatever, but also, hey, we have an actual kind of maybe gameplay mechanic here where you're supposed to just make a run work off of whatever weaponry you find, as opposed to being able to just pick whatever the heck you actually want to take on a run. Dun 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 dun. This goes to the morass. I think I would like to get to bypass to the sewers because we have the amulet that gives us poison heals you. And now we have infinity healing. And then if I can get a weapon that applies a poison cloud, in theory I could heal infinitely off of that as well. I'll try to figure it out in the, you know, in the future, but Tiny says that deck is the only item I've seen with the unique item affix on it. What makes it unique? I think the Slay the Spire deck, the reason why it says unique item is because when the item is not the individual card. The card is unique in the sense that it's not the actual pickup. The pickup is the deck. The card is a unique item in the deck. That makes any sense? Because the deck is has 4 cards, cycles through the cards in order whenever you activate it. I think. I'm gonna go with. Dude, I mean, I've been taking Predator frequently, but like it's real freaking good. And I don't have any biters, do I? Just had to check. No biters. Yeah, it's technically called Diverse Deck. Thank you, Ross said. But whenever it's in your inventory, you don't see Diverse Deck, you see whatever the current card of the deck is, which makes it kind of a unique item, because you're not seeing the deck, you're seeing the cards in the deck. So it's just a way of indicating that. Oh, right, poison heals me. Thank you. Let's go check this out. Mana grenade. No thank you. Dun, 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 dun. You know what? Haha! I can do this because the poison does not actually poison me. I'm the best. Meow. I should really put the sword in my hand if I'm not actually going to be using it right now. Although when you go through a door, I forgot about this. When you go through a door, it resets the timer on it. It should be 30 seconds. Yeah, that's very good. Saw that one. See another one. This is food. Should have really taken gastronomy with how much food we've picked up on this level. Although I guess in the sewers you get more infected free food than you get on other biomes in theory. Seems to be the case from like very limited experience. Come on. That was still the crit. Come on, kitty, catch up. Hold on. At least the sword does do just like a ridiculous amount of damage if you hit. Okay, thank you for that. Sword probably saved my butt on that one. You'll notice that I need the sword to save my butt when I'm trying to activate the ability of the sword. Oh, you know, when I'm trying to get in there, you make sure to use the weapon, then swap away from it. That's when I'm having problems. Mud Welcome says, unlurk, how's the run? Run is fun so far. But I mean, that's just dead cells, isn't it? Seems like you, Seems like you also can't really, parry spiked shield. Very good. Might not take it forever, but we'll take it for now. Also can't change away from the sword when you're in the middle of a wall climb, it looks like. Interesting. Hold on, just, can you kill those guys real quick? Thank you. Ah! Sword, help. Thank you. You know, the true hilarity will be if we actually don't even need the heal from being on the floor because we don't take any damage. If we need it, we got it. That's the thing. I just wanted to, know what it felt like to take a life. Dude, I will do it. We already hit 60. I'm not cursed. Two extra jumps in midair. We might want to grab that when we leave. Although there is some like possibility of if the healing is as good as people seem to think it is with this amulet. Maybe we can just keep the amulet forever and then have infinite healing until we hit, like, I don't know, the 6th level. If we go to the caverns or, you know, well, we're not gonna go to the bank, but we can go to like the caverns equivalent, get a whole bunch of scrolls, get some stats, get some amulets. Find an amulet that's a lot better than the one that we currently have. Thank you. Okay. My familiars are actually like wrecking it though. No! I got a heal at the end of the floor. Because I made a mistake. Hold on. Come to me. I got hit. I would like to, I think, upgrade our weapon at this point. We've been stuck with the twin daggers for, well, I'm not gonna say stuck. We've just had the twin daggers for a while. Oiled sword. You get fire that crits pretty good. What else? Giant killer, 15,000 DPS. That's fun, but probably unnecessary. What else? What else? What else? Pyrotechnics. Again, we don't really have, well, we do have oil. The cat spreads oil, but I can't really see myself wanting pyrotechnics. I like this kind of melee, but also throwing objects run we've got here. And then just a couple of snake fangs. Gotta admit, kind of disappointed in the severe lack of either a shovel or a vampire killer on this run, but hey, you know, it's only been 2 floors. We've got another like 4 to go. The same cat. It's not even a different cat. It's a good cat. Poison and burning oil damage synergies, that's pretty decent. Also, that bow. That heavy crossbow has such a high DPS on it, it's a shame that the weapon is garbage, and it doesn't work half the time. There is a... Don't tell me this is a cursed chest that I forgot about. Thank God. Because then I would feel, not obligated, but incentivized to take the curse, and we might not be able to, unless we really, really feel confident not getting hit on the first phase of the Watcher fight. Which I think we do. I'm more likely to get hit on the second phase of the fight, which is actually the 3rd phase because we're on, you know, BC5, but that's neither here nor there. Nothing. Oh, we literally just got the mapping. Beautiful. In that case, let us get some recycling done. Because I want the money. We kind of need the money. Well, we don't really need the money, but we kind of need the money because we need to re-roll all the shops all the time looking for very specific weapons to try to make achievements work. And then, oh, hey, look. It heals for like 0.5% of your health per second. You just kind of chill. I mean, poison heals you instead of hurting you, so we can just like take a little bit of a shower or a bath and just, you know, pet the cat. Like, hey, what's going on, kitty? It's a cool pet. Does a lot of damage. I like it more than Mushroom Boy because Mushroom Boy always messes up with my combos. Don't worry, we're almost there. 98, 99, and 99 and a half, and 100%. There you go. Easy. I mean, that's why you have the amulet, right? It's the entire reason we came down here, so we can heal for free. Which means we 100% should have taken, oh, hello. a scroll? No, it was an amulet. We 100% should have, oh, it's a good one though. I'm not gonna take it quite yet. We 100% should have taken gastronomy because we don't need the food here to stay alive. We should sack all of the food at the end of the floor to get like a 40% damage bonus. I mean, I think there was 3 food items that dropped, so. Okay, you know what? That just means we gotta take another little bath before we leave. There's an amulet over there. I'm sorry for the backtracking, but when I'm running through the levels initially, I never really pay too much attention to what's dropping. At least not lately. Lately, I've just been, you know, in a run as quickly as you can mindset. And I think it's been working very well. You know, the malaise, as of right now, it's barely under 1. It's fantastic. You want your malaise to be this low. Don't worry, it's just, yeah, just another bath that we have to take. Although really, I should have just sold those amulets when we had the chance earlier. You know, whatever. Oh, hey, malaise has been cleared. Didn't even know there were any enemies still remaining, but that's okay. Yeah, that did not work as well as I hoped it would. Yeah, it's fine, you know. Just like go get a drink of water right now. By the time you get back, I should be mostly healed. Not the best platforming performance as of the past, like, you know, 8 seconds. That cat just fell to its death. Did you see that? No, I'm 100% serious, by the way. Like, go grab a drink of water. Now is a great time for that. Do you need a drink? You thirsty? Need a little something? I'll be right here. I'll be waiting for you. I'll take a drink as well. Delicious, fresh, clean, clear water. Celso Luis says, I bet you will still smell better after showering in the sewers than most people that ride the bus with me. Where do you live? New York? Or no, don't they say that, like, if you go to Paris, it kind of smells like pee in the air? I've never been to Paris, so this is secondhand information, probably like 8th-hand information for me, but I've heard that rumor. Celso says Toronto. I've also heard New Jersey. Never been to New Jersey either. Never even driven through it. Every time I see Starfear, I get tempted to do another Terraria Calamity run, says Gourd Power. A little bit of a running joke that one of these days I'll do another Terraria run with people if they want, because I've never played Calamity, and I think that would be a lot of fun. For right now, though, I gotta acknowledge something. I've been experimenting with the Factorio Space Exploration mod. I installed it, and I'm just kind of giving it like a quick little once-over just to see if it would be fun to play through. And I am itching for another, well, really my first streamed Factorio run. Space Pog Exploration, says Connie. Pemble, welcome. How you doing today? But I've been itching for a Factorio run. But like I'm learning and reading up about the Space Exploration mod, and it will apparently last me until the remainder of my life if I actually try to do one of them. If I try to do a playthrough, it will go for 1,000 hours. So I don't know if I've got that much time, but it is tempting regardless. Gord Power says, are you gonna do space exploration or also Crastorio mod? Probably just SpaceX, because it already is just insanely overcomplicated. But it would be fun. Connie says the rocket is only the beginning. Yeah, for anyone who's played Factorio, basically, You get the rocket immediately after oil, and then that's the tutorial. Like, not even in a joking sense of oh, you played Factorio, you launched a rocket, now the game really opens up. No, like, there's 20 science pack levels above that once you launch your rocket. It's absurd. Gord Power says, I have an endless tolerance for insane mods. Probably more than I do then. Oh, you dodge. The funny thing is that the throwing things seems to work. Wish it did a little bit more damage. Hey, that's cheating. Okay, I've grabbed the sword again. I'm gonna get a manual crit here. You're gonna do a, let's just skip that part of your phase then. Look at the damage. No, you're not getting away from me. Now I am completely out of, throwing things, but that's okay. Normally, that phase doesn't last that long. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted out of the cat, though. This should be the final tentacle phase. And you know what? I got a charge on my throwing things. That's fantastic. There you go. Boss dead. Executed. Flawless. Give me my freaking scroll game. I got 2 scrolls out of this fight. Tentacles don't count. So, here's the thing. The tentacles do count for throwing objects. I'm going to, Lasai and then tell you something unfortunate about this game. You cannot kill an enemy with a DOT status effect or a weapon affix for it to count as a kill for your weapons. So when the cat gets a kill, it's not actually triggering for the throwing objects. I think when something dies to burn, it doesn't count. And it's the exact thing that went wrong when we did the vampire killer achievement with Dracula, or attempted to do it. I killed Dracula with the vampire killer, but the vampire killer threw an arrow. The arrow killed him, so I didn't get credit for it. And that also would not have recharged the throwing objects, I think. Because if you kill something with a DOT, it doesn't work. But the tentacles do count for kills. They'll even reduce your curse. So if you walk in here with like 8 curse, you can technically clear your curse before you kill the boss, which is fun. Where are we going, by the way? Slumbering Sanctuary or the Graveyard? Graveyard can go to the Sepulchre, as can the Slumbering Sanctuary. We're in the Crypt right now. I was gonna go to the Fractured Shrines. I forgot. We're probably just gonna go normal path into the Clock Room and then hope that we get either a shovel or a whip. If we get one or the other, we at least have something to do with the run. Rebound Stone. Throws a magic stone that bounces on surfaces and moves faster after each bounce. Deals critical hits and accelerates sharply after passing through you. Divides itself into 2 after each impact on a target, maximum 2 times, each new stone inflicting 50% less damage. What the hell is this? I mean, I know what it is. It's freaking Pong. But I guess enemies are what counts for it splitting, is the thing. You know, here's the thing. I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna test it, I'm gonna see if it works, and then we'll probably sell it later because I think it's actually trash, but I don't know. I think it's garbage. Slumbering Sanctuary. We are ready to go. Yeah, we're ready. Word Power says, Panadon's Factorio mod does bad things to your mental health, like setting up more than 300 buildings to automate green science. That just seems excessive. I've heard about that one though. It's like realistic. So, you know, making glass has like 18 different side products that you have to manage. Oh, you don't go up. You don't go up through the platform? Is that it? You don't go up? Okay, well, you know, my bad. I thought that you would went up. You would went up. That's what I said, all right. I mean, it's kind of cool. Hey, come here. If you can get the enemies to come to you, it's interesting to say the very least. I still don't think it's any good, but it's hilarious. Ah! Go faster. Well, I aggroed a boss. Got him. This is miserable. Why would you want this? Why? I don't. I threw a shot, but it must have bounced incorrectly. Why would you want this to like bounce around and aggro elites the whole time? No. What happens if I'm cursed? What am I gonna do? Just go freaking die? Insert meme picture here. I guess I'll die then. Wow, this is worse level equipment than what we have. Although the Impaler, dude, the Impaler, I think is maybe better. Such a long range on it. We're not gonna get the crits often, but even just, like, ignoring the crit, it does the same damage as the twin daggers. I kinda like it. Bouncing DVD logo is funny. It's funny, but I don't think it's any good. Although maybe it's good for like certain bosses. You know, for the giant, I could see this being interesting as long as it actually bounces off the level correctly. Maybe even for like this guy, like, hey. Wow, that hurt. He also didn't drop anything. No, he did, it's right here. Poisons enemies that wound you. Yeah, well, if I had poison, I could heal right now. I got hit by the laser, and it did, like, all of my HP and damage. Okay, well, it did, like, 55% of my HP and damage, but, you know, no one's keeping score or anything. Why is the malaise meter increasing so slowly? I'm bored. You know what? Let me solve that problem for you. Okay, there's an elite right there. Light speed. Okay, that's an immediate sell. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna break the door, stun him, hit him, swap weapons, and then let the Serenade get off of cooldown. And then we're gonna stay in here for a minute. And then let the bouncing orbs do the rest of the work for me. So give me a second. Gotta get the timing on this right. I was curious, and I was stressing because my weapon wasn't in my hand. Now it's actually in my hand. So now you're off of cooldown. We'll toss one of those in there. We will wait because of this. It's just Crystal Boss, though. They don't teleport. So we're just gonna let that go in again. No, I guess I should have probably smacked it once with my body. Why did it disappear? No, go in the room! Oh my god. Did you see it curve around the wall? I don't know how I'm gonna kill this elite, by the way. We don't kill like we used to anymore. You know, give me a second. I gotta like think about this situation. Like, there's plenty of enemies down there for me to kill, but how do I deal with you? I need my freaking screensaver to go down. No, go down. Hold on. Here? Go down. I killed the grenade enemies that were just chilling there. That was a strange one. I really don't want to go this way, is the thing. Because you teleport, which means that sometimes you're hard to hit, but I think I have to go down that way. Oh no, there could be a side door. There's nothing to kill. I don't know, with the Tesla trap's not getting down there. Random skills. Okay, please give me a new skill. The cleaver trap, maybe. Infantry grenade, maybe. Fire grenade would probably get the job done. All right, fire grenade. I'll come back to you in a later shop. By the way, I know my malaise tiers increased. You don't have to tell me twice. Then here's my thinking. Can we toss the grenade in here? We can. Beautiful. Now that you're gone. Thank you. Okay, now we're gonna, you know what, we can go back for the thing later. Let's actually make some progress in the forward-facing direction for once. Challenge rune? Oh my god. Thank you for the knowledge. I'll see if I can hopefully find it myself in a minute. But don't let me forget about it as I run away from this floor. Actually, you know what? I should have gotten my bouncing ore before I did any of these rooms. Let's go back for it then, because it's kind of funny. Okay, well, I didn't really want you. It kills you so freaking easily. That's the only thing. Okay. I gotta go back for my bouncing DVD screensaver. Even though I still think it's trash. At least the landscape is nice. Shut up, sentient sword. Hold on. All right, we're gonna move off in one direction and find a teleporter and then go back. I do have the mighty range on this. Hey. I don't know why he kind of stopped moving in his tracks. That's a weird one. Oh, I saw it. Saw it just at the last moment. At least I dodged, hopefully, most of it. It's a clock tower exit. I don't know if we're gonna go clock tower because I don't have any of the equipment that I wanted in order to get achievements. So I might just end up not worrying about that. We didn't find a shovel and we didn't find a vampire killer. Although we do have one more floor. I do think that the shovel, it is red, right? I'm pretty sure it's red equipment. Okay, well there it goes. It's doing its own thing. The problem is it can't go through any like gaps. It can't go through floors or ceilings. So yeah, sure, it's bouncing around and doing some things, but it's not doing anything helpful. Oh my god, it's crit. Like if this could bounce through walls, or like if it was limited to the screen real estate, that would be incredible. You couldn't cheese it by throwing it off of the side of a large area and just have it kind of progress. You'd have to be on the same screen, but it would bounce over the freaking UI and everything. That would be amazing. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, we could go to the clock tower and find weapons, or we could go to the cavern. In fact, well, okay. Well, I don't know. Here's what I'm thinking. In the cavern, there are, I believe, 3 shops. So in theory, the cavern has a very good chance of you being able to find what you want, or better chance than any other location. So we could go to the cavern. He's gonna be upset. That was extremely close. But yeah, we could go to the caverns and see if we get something that we need. But then we could only get a shovel because from the caverns we can't go to the vampire boss anyways. It's another one of you! Yo, where's my thing? I think that's a lie. I think I should have hit you and not taken any damage, but you know, I understand that you might believe differently. I accept that you are wrong. Now again, if only I had like an alchemic carbine and I could just So like, we could roll for a poison item or keep rolling brutality, which is what we're going to do. Because again, I think shovel is red. It might not be though. And if it's not, then it's not, but we'll figure that part out later. Impaler, Twin Dagger, 9. I think the Impaler's been fine. There's your classic synergy of baseball bat, double damage, which is absurd. We haven't been using our shield, but honestly, like if we go and fight Clock Boss and she starts firing out shurikens, we can just parry those babies back and do a ton of damage. This thing does do 14,000 damage on a parry, on a reflected shot. Pretty decent. But also double damage baseball bat. I wonder, I don't think thrown objects do that much against Clock Boss, but if they did, that would be freaking lovely. It's like one of my favorite weapons, but as a result, I will keep using the Impaler just to kind of keep it mixed up, I suppose. Got nothing. I think I'm just gonna look it up. Shovel dead cells. The shovel, when the page loads, is brutality. So we should see it or the vampire killer, and as soon as we find one of those items, we know what we're gonna be doing on the run. There's an enemy I want to go kill. Well, that's never gonna hit you. I mean, we're not quite done with the floor. We're close to being done with the floor, and then we're gonna get out of here. I think it just left. It's gone. Remember the challenge room. Rune, I will try. Because now is when we backtrack, since we're done with the floor, and get out of here. There's 2 amulets and the fire grenade. So we did find, was it 2 weapon shops or just the one? Maybe it was just the 1 weapon shop on this floor. And you're right, because that was a skill shop, now that I think about it. Yeah, and you're right, there's definitely a challenge room. Whenever I see a long, stretch, I think to myself, hey, perfect opportunity for me to no longer pay attention to what's happening on the screen. Perfect opportunity for me to, read chat or something. Extra jump. Da, 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 yeah, give me your cells. Extra jump. I wouldn't say it's a better extra jump, but it is more in line with our stats. For now. Oh my god, that's why I didn't want to eat the food earlier, but I did it anyways. I will, I'll chuck a heal. Although I think, that's one of the situations where it's just, classic Dead Cells platforming. I didn't actually want to land on the platform like that. But that's okay. It's not a huge deal. I mean, if we find a vampire killer, then we can actually get the flask back later anyways. Or if I find some poison, I can just do that too. I think I'm gonna sell the DVD screensaver. I just think it's garbage. I really do. I think it's trash. Here's my problem with it. It's so situational to hit with. That I feel like I'm not getting good damage out of it. And it's aggroing enemies I don't want to aggro. Now sometimes it can help me clear a curse, or maybe it'll hit an elite and then pull the elite towards me. Poison heals you instead of wounding you. I can wait one more floor before replacing the amulet, but we're gonna replace the amulet next floor. It's bad on biomes and okay on a few. I think it would be really good on the sewers because it's a lot of really tight corridors, except for the problem of it's not actually gonna be able to hit enemies that are under the ground, like the creators and the scorpions. Etc, etc. So we're gonna go, was that clock room? Yeah, we're not gonna go to the clock tower. Clock tower sucks. We'll go, I guess we're gonna go Sepulchre Clock. That way, again, depending on the items we find, we can decide where we're going. Dracula or High Peak Castle. Gotta replace this impaler on this floor though, and I'd actually kind of think about replacing the throwing objects, but for the boss fight, you know, we've got a shield that's crushing it, and if she throws shurikens, parry, 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 she's gonna take a load of damage. That's all I'm saying. I want like a wish, maybe? I like Predator. It's not necessary with the thrown objects. We could take a wish and then maybe grab a legendary. You know, yeah, let me, I'm gonna grab a wish, I think. We could actually get rid of No Mercy in theory for the floor. I'm gonna take disengagement. I think I'm gonna take a wish. I don't know what a lot of the legendaries do, is the thing. Like, what does legendary thrown objects do? You know what? I wanna know. I wanna know. Legendaries. Legendaries. It doesn't actually show me the okay, so dead cells, throwing objects, objectees. The legendary is killing an enemy recovers your base munitions. Huh? Killing an enemy recovers your base munitions. Yeah, that's what it normally does. I'm a little confused. Oh, you get +3 instead of +1. Ah, okay. So it doesn't seem particularly fantastic. Sure, I'm gonna take Wish, and we're gonna take, I'm gonna take Predator still. So we're gonna drop No Mercy for the floor. So Louise says, have you seen the cat and the sword in the room between biomes? Yes, indeedy. The cat has won like 3 times in a row. I don't know if it's always gonna win every single one, but... You can run through some floors with nothing but throwing objects. I personally really like doing that. The treasure hunter with the weird hairdo must have opened the sarcophagus and never made it back up. Looks like the poor bugger found something, though. Great Owl of War. Goodbye. Hey. Someone tried to get down this rope, but it's much too short. Judging by the engravings, the body in this sarcophagus must have been someone important. All right, let's do it. Get out of here. Elites must go. And then anyone else maybe stays alive a little bit longer to ensure that I have a way of killing you to get a little bit of extra charge back. This will give me some light. We're also gonna aggro the... Not aggro, but we're gonna activate our sword friend. A lot of gold. Now we got time. We got time. You know what? I guess I'm just gonna let you kill them. Oh my god! Okay. We're not gonna do that quite yet, but maybe later. You're gonna get that one? I mean, I can do it if you want. At least recharge our sword. Kind of like the powerful grenade over the cat momentarily. Oh, it's a legendary powerful grenade. It's got a huge AoE though. Every time I take Wish, I forget about it. It's such a pain in the ass for myself. God damn it. I mean, it's good. I just wish I was smarter. Mother of Zerg, welcome. I just came from watching the D&D Honor Amongst Thieves movie. It was really good and I recommend it. Well, if I ever actually go and watch movies. Just need one more kill now. That'll do it. It's like something's gonna die from my ultra large, legendary, powerful grenade now. Which I didn't necessarily even want, but I accidentally picked it up and did it to myself. Oh. Lord. Why am I, oh God, I didn't mean to platform that. Why am I dumb sometimes? What do you mean sometimes? Connie says game movies can be good, it's a universal law. Or can't be good, it's a universal law. Don't know if you consider D&D to be a singular game though. Close enough. It's more like the transition of the media property from, you know, game to other media. Rosed says, this is why I'm always a little bit worried about taking Wish. In my head, I took it and I'm like, okay, maybe we'll find like a throwing weapon or a shovel and I can see what the legendary shovel does because I'm gonna be using it. But nope, I just take it on anything. I take it at any point in time. Doesn't matter what I'm doing with my life, it just, ah. I just throw it away. At least I didn't like pick up Predator or something, you know? That would've sucked. On the bright side, maybe we could grab like 2 powerful grenades at some point and just roll double grenades. But we gotta go find our shops. We gotta look for weapons. We gotta fight Clock Boss. Actually, you know what? We could fight the Giant if we don't find a Vampire Whip. Which we should do because I like the boss a little bit better. And then I don't have to worry about fighting stupid old Clock Boss yet again. Why did I not just go the teleporter path? Why did I go the whole way over manually? In my head, I'm like, oh, I saw the door. It was over here somewhere. I just didn't bother looking. At least it's a strong weapon, you know? Weapon that we currently have anyways. Or at least it's a strong grenade, I should say. Snake Fangs, heavy turret. Even critting, it's less damage than the Impaler, but every hit does deal an extra 7,000 DPS. For 1 second. So really it's only 7,000 damage. I guess, when you think about it like that. Dude, I mean, we have the amulet that heals us if we're in poison. Would this theoretically give us healing over time? I'm kind of interested in checking, in testing, in experimentation. Like if I kill, we do not get a heal by being in the poison cloud. And now I'm asking this because I think someone said the other day that if you have a poison cloud around you, you heal off of it. But it must not count these poison clouds. Or maybe it was only on like dodge roll and not actually on poison clouds from an enemy being poisoned or something. I don't know. We're probably gonna take a new weapon though. It's the Vampire Killer Whip. We've done it. I guess we're gonna fight Clock Boss then. All right, we got a weapon. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a weapon. Now, you want throwing knives or throwable objects? Throwable objects are fun, but I think we can probably swap them out at this point for something else. And I think anything else is acceptable here. Throwing knives are fine. They'll activate a bleed synergy. It's more damage. It's a lot more damage. Fire Blast will enable the crit from the Vampire Killer. But such a low range. The range doesn't matter. It matters. Firebrands is kind of what I was actually more interested in. We'll take this. All right, we rebuilt the run, restructured it around the Vampire Killer, but we got what we wanted from the shop, and now we're gonna go fight Dracula. And also now, I'm gonna be spending a lot of time filling up my HP because I have 3 and 3 in my health stats right now. That is not nearly good enough. There's more enemies remaining? Hey. Let's finish off the floor, and then we'll do the bonus room, of course. Gotta remember that, right, something's got biters. We gotta get rid of those biters. You gotta go out. Thank you for your crits. Need light. At least I've got a big bomb. A big bada boom. Big bada boom. Boom, big bada boom. There's more enemies. I know that there's loot. I always forget the loot. Well, I don't forget it, but I'll go back for it later. So there's another scroll fragment and another scroll, and there's a shop right in front of me. Skills. I would love a new Serenade, and that's probably the only thing I would grab. I'm not gonna take the cat. I want a Serenade. Oh, that's fine. I don't know if anyone else has this problem, but I keep seeing the holy water and thinking, Tombstone! It's not Tombstone, it just looks like it. Reroll out of grenades and arrow on the whip. The whip currently has... I can't see it. We'll take a look at it in a minute, but you are absolutely correct. When we fight the boss, we have to reroll out of the whip. Which I suppose means we should do it, like, as soon as possible. We need light. Why is it so bloody dark so fast? Go down! Oh my god, go down. It's like I go up here to fight enemies and it's already dark. Like, I just got here. No, stop it. Thank you. Of course, all the lights were just barely out of reach. Okay, we got a lot of weapon rerolling to do after this. Hopefully we have enough money to reroll enough times to reroll out of the bad stuff. We will go and do our looting as well. I'm sorry, kitty cat, but ooh, door. I'm sorry, kitty cat, but I'm gonna keep the grenade. It's kind of tempting to take the cat because it's got good. Oh. It's got good damage over time. The grenade's burst is really nice to kill enemies that are very annoying, or like half kill an elite. Also, I would feel bad if I made the grenade legendary and then didn't take it, even though the cat does half the damage, but continuously instead of on a 13-second recharge. Gosh darn it. Whatever, I'm gonna keep the grenade because, well, for the aforementioned reason of I would feel like an idiot if I didn't. My head was in my knees. And we're gonna go damage for the upcoming fight. Poison heals you instead of wounding you, poisons enemies that wound you. Very, very interesting. 14,000, 8,000 HP. We lose like a 30% damage bonus. But, I mean, if I take this, then I don't have to worry about my health so much, but sure. If somehow it works to give me health back, that would be nice, I guess. But also, I've taken literally 0 optional scrolls in off-color. That was annoying. Oh, what a... Poison didn't work on that one game. Where were you on that one? There should be some food lying around. We're at 0 malaise. We can take some food on the ground. There's an amulet up there too. Extra jump in midair. You know what? I'm not gonna worry about the poison synergy. Too late in the game. I'm just gonna take a better amulet. And then looks like there's another amulet, but I'm not gonna walk all the way back for that one. There is food. Hey Quirk, welcome. Happy Friday. How you doing? Sorry. Friday. Was there really only the one food? Maybe I ate the food that had previously dropped. Okay, sell this. Maybe it was like in a side room. That's why I'm checking the doorways. I probably ate the food already and just completely blanked on it, which is totally fine. So I think we're done with the floor now. We just gotta hit up the exit. You know what? I hate to do this, but I am gonna backtrack for the amulets. I was just saying, I hope I have enough money to do all the re-rolling we need to do because this is going for an achievement. As a result, I will check out the amulets. I will sell them for about 1,000 gold each, and then hope that gives me enough money. So I will also re-roll this one, although it's going to be a bit of a walk on this one. But there should be a light where the amulet dropped, because if it drops from an elite, I think in theory there's a light. You know, I'm actually gonna plan out my path of attack. Standard Abe delay. Finish the floor, take another 5 minutes clearing it up and picking up all the loot that I left behind. I kind of like this one. We get burn and oil synergy at the same time without a without a bomb. And that might actually matter, because if we have to get the killing blow with the vampire killer, and we get the killing blow with the bomb, as unlikely as that scenario is, it might actually affect our ability to get not the flawless, but the achievement. So I will do everything I have to make this run work and get the bloody achievement. So we are gonna fight the clock room. Yeah. Our weapons are fine, we have what we want, we have re-rolling to do, but that's it. If we have extra money, I might even re-roll to see if we can get burning oil synergy on the serenade. Or even just burning damage synergy. Multi-knock bow, terrible. Ice armor, good, but don't need it. Okay. Hello. All right, my friend. Grenade and biters. Reroll. Quadruple damage. Grenade. I mean, it is quadruple damage. Goodness. Let me start with... Dude, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I mean, we could really put our points into health at this point if we take this, but we're also just dying in one hit regardless. We're not trying to flawless the Dracula fight. We're just trying to win the Dracula fight. Quadruple damage though, like we could kill Clock Boss pretty quickly with 300,000 DPS. Do we want to risk it to like get one more flawless? Possibly. We want to hit. We probably don't even need to worry about hitting with Serenade if we hit for freaking 1/3 of a million DPS. Yes, put it in the last slot. I don't remember what was in the last slot, but put it in the last slot. Sure, let's give it a go. Then what? Spreads oil. No, we want you to have a fire damage synergy. That works fine. We have been practicing the fight a lot. I like the possibility of this. I just have to dodge and maybe toss out the shield, but we're gonna keep firebrands to start with. And then what I'm gonna do is reroll this between now and the next room, because I don't want 4 damage on the castle biome. Everything else is fine for now, though. I don't know, this is very dumb and weird, but let's give it a go. You know what? We have disengagement. We're not gonna die. If we're close to killing the boss, we can just race him down, heal up, go to the next floor. Okay, you're almost dead. Okay, you have died. Good thing I don't have a heart rate monitor on. Not only that, but you'll also know how terribly out of shape I am. Fought the freaking boss. Alright, Dracula's castle, here we go. Now, I gotta remind myself to make another copy before we actually fight Dracula, of course. Copy of the save slot. Hemorrhage. A victim of bleeding spreads it to nearby enemies. That sounds like a lot of fun. Unfortunately, it's not the build we're going for. The build we're going for is 1, 2. killing the boss with the vampire whip. Whip it good. So, hemorrhage seems kind of fun, but I don't really want to get rid of firebrands, because I have nothing else that actually burns enemies, and losing the crit on the boss would be annoying. Although it's only, well, it's like, it's more than double damage on the crit, which is extremely good. And the firebrand is so fast, you can basically toss it out for free. Hemorrhage is very slow. It's very interesting. It's very tempting, but it's not really how we're building, so I'm gonna recycle it. We're not putting it in the backpack, because we're not gonna take Acrobata pack, or whatever the one is. We're also not gonna take Armadillo pack, because we don't need it for the next floor, really. The spike shield, unfortunately, is probably not gonna get much use, although, admittedly, having the ability to roll parry for Dracula could be interesting. We can always just equip it if we want to parry the shots that he sends out, because it is a very good weapon for that. So I think we're just gonna recycle this. Bonicletus, welcome. Probably won't be a spy run today, I'm very tired. For you and for me, although maybe it depends. So I'm gonna re-roll Vampire Killer. Launches a grenade, can't take it. Arrow, don't want it. Launches a grenade. Arrow, grenade, arrow, grenade, grenade, arrow. I mean, we'll get more money to re-roll it on the next floor, but like, Jesus. I did just spend all of my cash trying to re-roll this and not getting anywhere, but plus 30% damage for hits in the back. Victim's remains explode, shoots an arrow in front of you. Yeah, too many affixes. I can't not get it, pretty much. You know what I should have done? I should have created a save, then started re-rolling the weapon, and then re-rolled it into something that had no extra damage affixes on it. Hell, I'll do that later if I have to. I mean, okay. If I load the save I just made, I can make a save before Dracula, and then re-roll the weapon if I need to. But then I have to do the boss fight again, but the boss fight was pretty easy, and then we can come here and then, yeah. I'm just trying to be efficient with my time, because I'm gonna go buy a healing flask, which means I'm not gonna have enough money to re-roll frequently after the next floor. So this'll be a little weird. I'm gonna swap to save slot 7. I'm gonna fight the boss again, and I'm not gonna spend all my money re-rolling, but I am gonna fight the boss that I just fought again, hopefully to flawless. Then I'm gonna create a copy of the save slot after the next floor, re-roll before the Dracula fight, and then see if we can re-roll into something that doesn't have modifiers on it. And by the way, the entire reason we have to do this is because the damn achievements don't work in this bloody game, okay? It's not me. Don't blame me. Blame the game. Hashtag blame the game. I mean, all right, screw that. I want to see if I can flawless it again. All right, fine, screw it. Let's just do the floor and we'll figure it out when we're done. Yeah, it's like half cheating. I forgot that you would actually redo 1 grapple before you actually transition to your next phase, but I didn't do as much damage as I did on the first attempt. I mean, here's the thing. Here's the other thing. If we have to fight Dracula 8 times until we get the achievement, we have to fight Dracula 8 times until we get the achievement, so we'll just do it. Regardless of how we approach this, it's annoying that we even have to do it to begin with. Is kind of where I stand. Let's progress quickly. At least enemies do burn very well. Also, I still do go invisible after killing enemies. I forgot that I still had that modifier on. Hold on. You know what? I completely forgot about it. Because it's an incentivized biome, we're a lot more likely to get cash. So we actually should be able to afford quite a few rerolls after this. Are the rerolls seeded? Honestly, I don't know. Maybe someone could look that up for me. Because if the rerolls are seeded, there's no reason to try to... I guess we'd notice. We'll figure it out very soon whether or not the rerolls are seeded, right? Extra jump and damage from projectiles reduced, and the fire oil synergy on a downwards attack. Pretty nice. So I'm actually gonna go for a 22% health on this one. We're gonna take a few points in health. 33 scrolls is pretty good. They're dying to the burning. They're not even dying to the whip. 33 scrolls is pretty good. And I will probably buy a heal for the next floor. Just to make sure that we have enough in case we take a bunch of damage. By the way, if I die on the fight, I'm freaking doing it again. I will read poisons enemies that wound you, poison heals you instead of wounding you. You know what? Just in case we get like an alchemic carbine or something. Can't see. Because a free heal is very funny. So I'm gonna go for another 18% health. I'll take at least one more scroll. Dude, you know what? Give me tactics. It also has the possibility of giving us the whip. Nope. Nope. Or the firebrands, I suppose. We did get a, it's a better whip. It's cheap on the rerolls! Yo, I'm a genius. I would think that only poison that hurts you heals you. Says Celsa Louise. So I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna say that someone's BSing me then, because someone said when you dodge roll and create poison, it heals you. So I'm putting this on the viewership for giving me incorrect information if that's the case. Because I would have also assumed that only the poison that hurts you heals you, but... See, now I don't know anymore. Now I'm questioning myself. Where is the cursed chest? It is down here. How did he die in one hit to a crit? Hey. Well, that's annoying, but that's what we can buy food for. How did that do 40% of my damage? Oh my lord. We will probably just BC5, right? I'd like to hit 20,000 HP, but it's probably not gonna happen. Okay, the sword can come out. Oh my god, I would have been so upset with myself. I thought the sword would have killed him by now. Dracula, what do you want? Dracula, you piece of garbage, what do you want? Dracula, you son of a... Take another scroll. I'm scared. Hey, you want to get that guy? Thank you. It killed that. I guess it does have a very large AoE. I'm very surprised that it actually hit that far, though. Don't be such a coward. If you run up to the enemies and you hit Y, they die. So just do that. I don't even have to follow up hit with the damage we're doing from the firebrand. I can just light them on fire and run. Dracula can curse food. Well, I know he can, but by the time we finish the floor, we can backtrack for the food. And honestly, if the food's cursed at the end of the floor, who cares? I hope we get enough money by the end of the floor to do what I want to do, because if we don't get a lot of cash, I might not be able to re-roll the weapon as much as I want. Should have probably been hit there. Okay, give me my scroll. More HP. Big deal, I can also curse food, but only the one I make, says Rosette. I made like 30 burritos last night. When I was done with the stream, did a little bit of cooking. I have enough burritos to last me for hopefully the rest of like 2 weeks. Or I can keep them for longer if I want to make something else, but I'm very big on make one thing and then eat it for a week. Bachelor living. Thank you. It does 150,000 damage when that thing crits. And 29,000 when I crit with it. Damage is a little lopsided, don't you think? You know what? Whatever. Serenade 10? You know what? Yeah, why not? A little bit better. Not by much. Hey, gotcha. Need more money, though. More money! Hold on. Okay. Yes, we're gonna take this. Well, you know what? This seems like a good opportunity to create a save here, and then we can try multiple different ways of getting the achievement. Whether or not we use the freaking syringe, or whether or not we just ignore it and just do purely whip damage. Like, we can experiment with this. This is the exact situation I wanted to experiment with anyways. Couldn't have made a better run for this. How are you not dead? I like the sword spreading oil because it means that the enemies are just going to be constantly oiled. Where's the fight? We're going there. Oh, we haven't even done the lower path too, I'm realizing. We gotta fight the Medusa. Door. What's the achievement? So the achievement is kill Dracula with the vampire whip, which we have. The problem is it has to be really the achievement should be the last bit of damage on Dracula on phase 2 has to be from the whip. Not from an arrow, not from a grenade, not from serenade. It has, or an arrow shot from the whip. It has to be from the whip. I'm glad I don't have a sense of smell as the statue bleeds blood. So, you know, it's just tricky to get. I did this run before. I beat Dracula with the whip and I didn't get the achievement for some reason. So we're trying to get it here. As many times as it takes, we will fight Dracula. We will fight him in the castle. We will fight him on the shores. Ding, ding. All right. Don't turn around. At least the landscape is nice. Notices the frozen army behind the Medusa. I never really paid too much attention to the background here. Lots of stone and stonework, collapsed columns, plenty of stone statues, and then that seal on the wall, which you can barely see, that Medusa seal. Celso Luis says I would be 100% in Sekiro, but some of the achievements are bugged. That's unfortunate. Damn video games, damn developers. Can't make a game without any bugs in it. Go back to programming school. I actually do not have enough money to buy a healing flask, which is very annoying. But we can buy the 50% food and go into the fight with 3 healing flasks. It's good enough. Still have some money to do some rerolls, in theory. Ooh, more money. So I actually literally have enough money for 1 healing flask if I want, but that's it. Connie says, if you've gotten the achievements legitimately, you might as well use an achievement unlocker. That's an interesting take. And also, something that does sound like a good idea. But I kind of want to see if we can figure out how to get the achievement properly in Dead Cells, because if we can figure out how to get the achievement, maybe I can actually help solve the problem for other people who are having problems in the exact same manner that I'm having problems. So, we are done with the floor. We picked up everything we want. I'm going to quit the game. I'm going to go back to the menu. We're on save slot 1. We're going to copy. We're going to put this in save slot 7. We're also going to put it in save slot 6. We're also going to put it in save slot 5. Just in case. And then, powerful grenade. Nah, give me the... Well, we could keep the grenade and get rid of the collector syringe, but I kind of like the serenade. It still does a lot of damage when it hits, so let's stump the grenade, keep this. Doesn't help with Dead Cells since the game has internal achievements as well, says Connie. I like games that do that have internal achievements per save file. Because what if I wanted to create another save file from scratch? You know, don't sync that to Steam. Unlock it on Steam, but don't unlock it in the game, unless it's unlocked in the save file. That's all I ask for. I didn't go back for the heal. I guess we could literally, like, reload the save. That was silly. Reset mutations. We're gonna take disengagement. We're gonna take... I'm gonna take No Mercy because I saw something online where someone said that they did it with No Mercy and it worked. Launches a grenade. Okay. We're gonna keep it on launches a grenade. I don't think I can get any better than that. Well, I could try to reroll into it, but I only have 4,000, so I can only reroll one more time. Let's see if we can get the achievement like this. I should have really gone back for the food. But I'm also anticipating that with the syringe, this is not gonna be too terribly difficult. At least I hope so. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna actually equip the shield. Lots of jumping. Okay, so we hit disengagement. Ow! How are you not dead? He must have like a resistance to damage as he gets hit. That's all I can think of. By the way, if we die, this is experimental. If I die, we're just gonna reload and keep going. Because I already did this, I already got the achievement. This is a test to see if we can figure out how to get the achievement properly. I'm specifically doing it with no mercy, and I'm gonna try to spin to win him as much as possible on phase 1 of this fight, and then we're gonna kill him with the Vampire's Whip in phase 2. That's the plan. Okay, got hit. We're not trying to flawless either. Figure we might as well let that come off of cooldown. He is burning a little bit. I can heal. Actually, just gonna heal twice. So this is, he summons, and then, like, some of the, oh, I was stupid. Some of the platforms disappear, maybe? I don't know. So boss was executed. I don't know what hit the boss. This attack looks like Chaos God's disposable account. Someone else said that yesterday too. My interpretation of this though is that there's something similar happening in actual Castlevania with the meteor attack. But it does kind of remind me of Chaos God as well. Celso Louise says, clipping. I don't think it was with the whip. I saw a very small damage number. I said that yesterday, says, oh, wow, well, that someone was you. You are someone. Yeah, I saw it. Hey, it did work. Okay. So we used the syringe for the entirety of phase 1. We got the last hit with the whip on phase 2, even though we used the whip for the first half of the fight. And I don't know if it was a grenade that actually got the kill. Because I suppose, like, in theory, maybe the grenade counts for the achievement, but the arrows don't? Like, what if the grenade damage is actually correctly applied as though the weapon had done the damage as opposed to the arrows, you know? Maybe that's how it works. I do see the clip. Thank you, Celso, for that one. We're gonna take a quick little peek at it. You had to clip it after I'd fallen into the pit, right? Oh no, that was just the attack coming out. So let's see. Back, go back, go back, go back, go back. So I hit the boss for 26,000 damage. The grenade only did like 6,000 damage. So we actually did get the kill with the whip. The physical damage of the whip was the thing that hit the last possible damage value, not the grenade, and we had no mercy. So there you go. If you're having problems getting the achievement, it has to be the last physical hit of the whip. Phase 1 does not matter. No mercy does not matter. It just has to be the damage from the whip. No grenade, no arrow, no nothing. Beautiful. Thank you for that, Celso Louise. It was very helpful. At least so I can say, you know, for sure what I think it is, at least right now. Now, of course, I could do some more testing, but I don't, you know, now that I've done it, I'm like, okay, well, I got mine, you figure out yours. But also, I tested several things that people were suggesting from the other day. Don't have no mercy. You have to also hit the end of phase 1. You can't do more than X% of the boss's damage with another weapon. None of that matters. Literally, the last hit is the only thing that matters. We've proven it right here. Okay, and I feel good about finally getting that achievement done. Awesome. For now, for those of you on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe for more, checking me out on Twitch for when I go live, support the channel at any of the links below in the video description, and I hope to see you here again for the next run of Dead Cells.